Very, very cruel. I mean, we did more than enough to get a point from that. I mean, it's Man United in the dying minutes again. It's a cliche. It is whatever it is. But yeah, played really well. Much better than I expected with the lineup that came out before the game. I thought Sace was outstanding, like they said in commentary. I thought Juve was superb as well for his full debut. He looked like he'd been playing for years. Ain't Nori probably had his best game for Wolves as well. Matinho and Neves doing their defensive jobs in the middle, what they're good at. It was just an all-round performance of very high quality defensively, but obviously up front's going to be an issue. But we can't do much about that, and we did enough, and we were just unlucky in the end. And you can't really say much more about it than that, really. I mean, high praise for everyone involved. Just unfortunate.
Hey, disappointing result, but decent performance. I think it's just one of those games. That's football, and I it caught me off guard in the very end because I was expecting a 0-0 draw, and nothing was really splitting the two sides, and you know, Rashford hit a shot that just luckily in their way deflected off of Roman Saiz into the goal, and you can blame Saiz for that, but we had three defenders in front of it. It was bound to deflect. But I thought Saiz was probably our best player that match. I think we were definitely better the first half than the second half. Second half we kind of bunkered in, and I thought we were just kind of kicking it up the field and hoping our fast players like Neto and Traore would catch up to it. We didn't really create that many chances, in my opinion, like Manchester United did. I thought we were better in possession, but you know, unlucky result. But I think there's plenty of positives to look at for this game.
Well, what can you say about that, guys? Didn't deserve any of that to happen. Nothing really in the game. I mean, if you have a look at it, stats wise, we had more shots on target, forced more saves out of David De Gea. And really, for the last 10-15 minutes, it did just look like it was going to peter out for a draw. I don't think we necessarily were too disappointed with that. We for the first hour or so, I think we were the more threatening team for sure. United had a couple of distant shots from distance, and one chance with Bruno Fernandes, but other than that, we kept them at arm's length. It was very typical of the kind of games we've had against United earlier on in our Premier League lives under Nuno, where we managed to stop them creating chances. We had a few decent breaks ourselves, and I think with a fully fit, absolute guaranteed best starting 11 available to us, we'd probably go and win that game 1 or 2-0, just because that little bit of composure in the final third would have been there if you had more of a focal point in the box. Someone who has that kind of efficiency to finish of a Diogo Jota maybe, or a Raul Jimenez, players that obviously aren't available to us anymore for a number of different reasons. But yeah, part of me thinks maybe if we could have pushed some of the lads to play today, who played against Spurs, they could have turned around after 48 hours and managed an hour at least, and put us in a position to be ahead in the game. Who knows? I mean, I'm not going to knock the guys today. It was a good performance, right decisions. The guys that came in, there wasn't really a drop off in performance that was noticeable. Keanu Herver, excellent down the right hand side. Ait Nouri was really good as well, much more solid defensively than we've seen from him. Romain Saiz, unbelievable in the middle of the back three. It was just not being able to take advantage of our attacks, and a total, fortunate goal to concede. So really can't say much else. I think, you think about the fact that I just watched the post-match interview of Marcus Rashford. He mentioned that maybe Ait Nouri had cramp towards the end, so there's a little bit of a fatigue element there, which is nothing to do with the fact that he's played too many games. He's been playing too little. We saw Keanu Herver go down with cramp because he hasn't been playing games of that intensity on a regular basis. So, you rotate the side because you want to freshen things up a little bit, but that can also be a dangerous thing in terms of match fitness and players not being able to last 90 minutes for other reasons and not being totally in tune with, the intensity of the level that you need to be at, which is a harsh criticism, but maybe it is a criticism that you could have. But quite obvious to see that in the final third, we're still obviously lacking something. So, January is literally around the corner now, and I'm sure we're going to go and do some business, but not the best way to end the year from a football perspective. And I think we'll be pretty pleased to see the back of 2020 as well, especially given how the last few weeks have gone. But didn't deserve any of that, and any Man United fan who wants to come at us, honestly, just screw you lot. Just screw the lot, yeah.
Hi guys, really gutted about the result. Thought we played really well defensively at the back. Exactly what Nuno was trying to do with obviously so many players benched and obviously recovering from such a small time period. I thought both wing backs played really well, Hover and Ryan Nouri. I was really impressed with Ryan Nouri because obviously he had a few games, especially the Leicester game, where he was really struggling. It's just one of them. I thought we had it in the bag. I thought it was a point, but these things happen, and I suppose it's always going to be the risk if you're not scoring goals. And that's why come the transfer window, which I think opens on Saturday, we need to get someone in, even if it's a striker on loan. I really like Silva, but what do we do if he gets injured? We do need someone stronger up the front who can hold the ball up well, a bit more muscle, a bit more aggression, can really link up with Neto and Podence. So in all, I'm gutted, but looking at the formation, I was worrying, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse than 1-0. These things happen. Let's move on to Brighton, hopefully get 3 points, hopefully have a full strength squad. Bye guys.
Absolutely good for the boys tonight. Thought they were good value for at least a draw tonight. I think the turnaround in games shown in the end, they had a day advantage on us. I think our lack of energy in that sort of final 15-20 minutes probably just cost us in the end. Nuno will be pleased, I think, with the performance in general. I thought Romain Saiss, as a centre-back in a back three, was absolutely superb, and absolutely gutted for him that it's deflected off him. But he put in a leader's performance tonight, and obviously putting his body on the line at the end has cost us. We need a striker in January, massively. January the 1st, I want a striker in the doors, because we're getting to the right areas, but we just need that focal point. We need a striker who can hold the ball up and take our chances when they do fall, because at the moment, luck's not on our side and we're struggling to create without that focal point. We move on to Brighton. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, up the Wolves.
Absolutely gutted, obviously, with the end result. I thought the boys put in a good shift today. Can't really have fault with many players out there. I do think, again, we needed a focal point just to hold up the ball a little bit more, but playing under 48 hours ago maybe hasn't helping us, but I don't really want to make an excuse because we defended admirably. Attacking-wise, Adama's got to do sometimes better intelligently. He's got to use his brain just slightly a little bit more to get into these channels, make the run behind the defence. He did well at points, he held the ball up, but we're talking 2 points out of 10. He's got to do better for the rest of the points. Key John Hoover, I thought he did very well today, apart from the end where, I don't know why, in extra time, he's not just putting the ball out. He just passed it back to them, they went and then scored. Nouri had a very good game. Saiss had a very good game, very unlucky with the deflection. Cody, likewise, had a good game. But we're just going to take heart out of this performance. We did very well today. We've got injuries galore. Man United again with full strength. And we're just going to go again against Brighton.